This is just going to be a quick video of the 7 3/8 hydro handle electroplated diamond core bit. We made this bit specifically to go on a 5/8 11 threaded low RPM wet polisher, and it's made specifically for toilet flange holes. The polisher that we're using to test this bit is a Harden VSP5. The Harden VSP5 actually has two features found on many low RPM wet polishers, but not all, that I think it's going to be really important to have if you're going to be running this bit. One is a soft start. Soft start basically does what it says. When you turn the grinder on, it doesn't go from 0 to top speed. It gradually has an increase up to speed. And the other feature is a constant speed control, which under heavy load it delivers extra power to the motor to compensate for that load to keep the grinder spinning at a constant RPM. I've set the Harden VSP5 to 1, which is 1,000 RPMs for this polisher. Usually when you turn a low RPM polisher all the way down to 1 and put a heavy load on it, which you would get out of a 7-inch wheel, you have a tendency to bog that grinder down and possibly burn it up. With the constant speed control, it does a good job to keep the grinder at pace with the right amount of RPM that the dial is set at. So a good feature to have. We weren't really sure this bit would even be practical. When we made it, we knew that it was a huge bit to be running, and whether or not you could successfully freehand a 7 3/8 hole was, in my opinion, pretty highly unlikely. But we decided to give it a shot anyway. So on the first hole that I did, you can see that I marked this tile number 4. I actually had drilled 3 tiles prior to this one, just one hole each. And the first hole that I did, I centered the bit. And I fully expected to get some kickback or to bind the bit, crack the tile, and that didn't happen. The first hole went extremely smooth. Second hole went extremely smooth. I had them all on video, but I decided to cut it short just for the sake of not having a 7-minute long video. So this is actually the 4th tile, and this is the 5th hole you're seeing being drilled right now. The bit itself wasn't balanced. A lot of times on wheels this size, cup wheels and bits, they will be balanced, and we didn't do any balancing on this wheel, so there is a little bit of a wobble in there at 1,000 RPMs, and I wanted to see whether or not that was going to make a big difference drilling close to the edge, whether or not it would actually blow out the side. So I did one really close, 3/8, little bit of wobble, didn't make a difference, a nice clean cut, didn't blow it out. It was actually extremely easy to freehand this hole. Now, I am not marking any specific spots to make a 7 3/8 hole around. I'm just randomly throwing it down on the tile. But with the method of coming in at a slight angle and then lifting the bit and the grinder up gradually, it works really well. I didn't get any skipping on any of the holes. The 7 3/8 bit is an electroplated diamond drill bit, and there are a lot of brands of electroplated bits on the market. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. You may get 1 holes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A question, obviously, if you're going to invest in a bit like this, is how many holes am I going to get? I honestly couldn't tell you. This is the 6th hole that you're seeing being drilled right now. I did a visual inspection and didn't see any abnormal wear at all. With the amount of water that the wet polisher is putting out, it really does a good job of cooling the bit and preventing any sort of premature damage from heat. But I'm going to have to buy more tile and keep drilling to find out exactly how many holes you can get. The bit is heavy, I would say about 3 to 4 pounds, and the weight of the bit, the angle grinder, and the weight of my arm is really all the down pressure that I was putting on the bit, and it seemed to do a very good job cutting with that amount of pressure on the tile. I didn't time it exactly, but it looks like, just over a minute per hole. All in all, my impression of the bit actually is really good. It performed well. The wear test at this point is great. I would say anybody looking for a 7 3/8 hole saw that's going to be able to pop those holes out quickly and effectively and last, I wouldn't have any problem recommending the Hydro Handle 7 3/8 core bit. As you can see, it does all that very effectively. And for a price, we're looking at right around $100. I don't think you can go wrong.